Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we will analyze and react to some teams from the community that were sent in Discord. I will see if they're good enough for this season. If they need improvement, I will tell you. If they have multiple teams, I will let you know which one is the best. If you like the teams or if it gives you idea, you can copy them. Just make sure you have enough stars in general. Let's start with the first person, which is gonna be India Best Hair. He has 3 different teams. Let me make a cut, look at them, and come back in a second so I don't waste too much time. I think the third team is much better, but let's look at the flaws from each one. So if a viewer is watching and want to replicate, he will know why I didn't choose them. First of all, we're gonna have the Unirep team. The problem is you have too many weak units. I would keep only Kaba, the Topo, Kale, and the Green Dispo. All the other I will remove them. You don't need Champa and Vados, they are S tier, not Z tier, so they are useless. You don't need this dog, you already have 2 Z tier. And you don't really need Red Dispo, he's not the greatest. I would add like Yellow Angel Frieza, Green Angel Frieza, and like LL Jiren. And the last character can be anyone good like the Zenkai 18, MVP 17, or any high star Unirep Blast unit. You have more details in the teams video. I have a Unirep section, but that's why I don't like this team much. The GT team is an improvement, but you have some character that you don't really need, and the Z tier are subpar this season. You have only this EX Sin who is good, who is Z tier. This Super 17 I'm not a big fan. I prefer the EX GT Goku, but both of them are not great to be honest. I wouldn't really use GT. Other than that, you don't need Majub, he's A tier this season, so he's not even S tier for the boost, so he's not needed. If you want to use an A tier, I would use the Green Baby Trunks. Other than that, I wouldn't really use it for this season. If you didn't have the LOE team, maybe you could and add Baby Trunks and you should be fine, but the LOE team is much better in general. We're gonna get to it and it's gonna be here. I really like the team, it's pretty coherent, blast based, it has 2 Z tier that are decent. I would really advise it. Any changes, maybe you can remove either Blue Metal Cooler or Green Cooler for Green Angel Frieza the healer, and you can have double healer. Other than that, it should be fine. You have 2 Z tier. I would advise to Friendship 10 your EX Frieza, really low star, maybe Art Boost him 30, and you can go from there. Let's go to the next person, and it's gonna be the real King Cold. He has 2 different teams, which is LOE, and he has a movie team. We're gonna make a cut and come back like last time. I looked at both teams. I think the movie one is much better. This one, not a big fan to be honest. You're gonna have this Thouser. He's not gonna have a lot of Z abilities, which is really bad because he could die on you quickly. And you will be found with 7 characters left, which is not ideal. After that, the only hard hitters is gonna be this Ultra Frieza, which is only 7 star, and you don't really want that. This team is gonna struggle a little bit. This cooler is gonna give a Z ability to the Thouser, and this cooler is also gonna give it. But this one is a mono one, which is 38%, I think, base track defense, so only half a Z ability, and you're gonna have this one with double offense, so it's not ideal. You can use like the Yellow Angel Frieza instead of the cooler if you wanted to, and I would advise to remove Mecha Frieza if he's S tier and put another damage dealer, but might as well go with your movie team, it's much more coherent. The main thing I would say is I'm worried if you get targeted and you lose a lot of HP, so I would remove this EX Frieza. Even if he gets a couple of Z abilities from the LOE characters, I wouldn't really use him, and I would switch him for the Red Pan, get an HP buffer in, and you should be okay with your team. It's gonna be a nice one. You have 2 damage dealer with the cooler and the Beast Gohan, which is good. You're gonna have the Trunks, which is gonna support, heal, and do some okay damage. And also this Pan is gonna help you with some support, some debuff, and she's an HP buff, so your team is gonna be fine. The Thouser is gonna be okay in this team, 2 cooler with him. He has all the movies, the ability. It's gonna be mainly strike based. This Frieza is gonna be great. This cooler is not the best, but not an extra Z tier if you wanted to. And I think this team is pretty good. I would just swap out this red Frieza for the red Pan and get another HP buffer in your team, or 1 HP buffer. It will give you an extra safety. Let's get to the next team, which is gonna be Zuyu here, and he has a movie team. Well, we are using similar teams. Might as well switch to the same team as me if you can. The only difference is you have Super Gogeta instead of Amon. You can keep Super Gogeta, I don't mind it. He's gonna work if you do not have Amon at least 7 star. You have already the 3 Z tier, which is the hard part. You have Roshi. You're gonna switch the blue Gamma for the blue Trunks. He's farmable, so you should get him as quick as possible. He's a new healer for movies, so it's pretty good. He's a better healer than Gamma, but he's less tanky. However, he has a great support. As you can see here, he can heal allies 3% all around him end of turn 2, and Gamma can heal only 3 people, which is less effective in general. And I think Gamma is start of turn 2, and he gives allies 30% key recovery. You can follow the same guide as me or the same gameplay and you should be fine. Go farm this guy, get him to friendship rank 10 max stars, and if you wanted to use Super Gogeta instead of Amon, you can do that. It's okay if you do not have Amon 7 star, and it should be great. That's basically it. Try to friendship your EX Cooler too, because he's only friendship rank 1. Let's get to the next team, which is gonna be here Dante with the Strike movie team. Let me make the team and come back because I see some flaws and we try to fix it in a second. Alrighty, I made the team. So let's look at something in a second. We're gonna look at the Z abilities and how many strike attack you're gonna have. So we start with Bardock, 0 strike attack. Metal Cooler, 0 strike attack. This guy is gonna have 35%. Turles, 0 strike attack. Cooler, 0 strike attack. And Gohan, 38% base strike attack. I think it's pretty low for a strike team. You're gonna need extra Z abilities in general. I would start with also changing your healer, because this guy, I don't like his healing ability at all. It's gonna proc when you get hit, sometimes you don't get hit at all. And he's not the highest damage dealer, pretty tanky though, which is good. And I think it's better to go with the new free-to-play Trunks, which is gonna be here. I think you can farm him. The only thing is he doesn't give Z ability to everyone, but it's an extra Z ability for the Gohan, which is pretty good because he's hybrid and he gives him another strike attack. He has a great healing ability, which is 3% from turn 3, and he can support key recovery, which means your team is going to be much faster. I'm going to remove the Turles too. He's more of a blast unit. Even if he has the debuff and all, I'm not the biggest fan. Plus you're going to have triple blue. And what you can do is add another purple. You have an S tier, the purple Tapion, which is free to play, and you can get him max 14 star. Himself will give you also a double defense ability, which is not the greatest because you are craving some offenses, but he's much better than the Turles in your team right now because of the triple blue, and he has a decent kit. He can tank pretty well. Just be careful, do not try to put characters in his back area because he's gonna cover and take some damage. So try to put him where characters are not behind him like this, because he's gonna cover here, and try to put him in the bottom if you want to, and it should be fine in general. Just avoid putting character in his cover change. Now the final edit is gonna be adding someone with a strike attack Z ability. I would go with Red Cooler. He's gonna be in C tier, but it's fine, you have a lot of boost already. You're gonna put him here. He's another cooler, so Thouser is gonna benefit from having a cooler in your team if you are using him. And you're gonna have at least 3 strike attack Z ability with this 3. You can have also this one who does have one. This guy is gonna buff the Gohan, which is good, and you're gonna do much more damage in general. You have 2 purple to cover the blues, and you have a great healer and support unit. You can also use the Red Pan if you wanted to as an HP buffer to bulk up your team. If you are not that great in TOP, maybe use Red Pan. If you are good at targeting and in TOP in general, you can use the Cooler, which is a great pick for your team because of the Thouser and the strike attack Z abilities that you need in general. Now let's get to Scans. He has a GT team, which is here, another GT team, and the Super Warrior team. I'm gonna make a pause and come back in a second. Alrighty, I made a GT squad. I'm gonna give you a first warning. This guy is super tricky to use. If you do not know how to use him, you will lose him really quickly, because from start of turn 2, he will make everyone attack him. And if you don't play super well, what's gonna happen is he's gonna drop in HP every match, he's gonna die on you, and you will be left with 7 character. He has a taunt ability, which is gonna be, let's see, apply buff enemy focus on this character for 1 turn, and it's gonna be from turn 2 because 5 enemy or less, and that's basically turn 2. And very difficult to use if you are not used to them, and a lot of people he dies on him, which is not great, but we can fix it quickly. What you can do is easy. You go with the red Sin Shenron here, which is gonna be here, and as your other S tier instead of Majub, you can use the EX Sin, and he's gonna be a great character, pretty decent. Zenkai buffed by the red baby. You add your Ultra Vegeta 4, and you should be alright for this season. If you do not have EX Sin, what you can do is keep your Majub as your red hair and add as your A tier the other Majub, which is gonna be Zenkai buffed by the Vegeta, and I prefer him as a yellow. He's much easier to use than the Great Shannon, and for this guy he's gonna be a great support. He gives ally 15% damage, and he's gonna be on the top of him, and he has 25% damage cut. For the Super Warrior team, I don't really advise Super Warrior teams unless you are really good at it, because it's gonna be a struggle. But if you wanted to run Super Warriors, maybe you should run the Piccolo, the purple one, who is a really good, and he's gonna do a great job for you. You can run him over, let's say, Red Tian. I really like him. I got rank 1 with him before in a red purple team. Green Tian, pretty decent. I used him too before, but I think he's not that tanky. Maybe remove Green Tian and add the superhero Piccolo, which is gonna be the purple guy here, not the free to play. It's gonna be this guy who has a Super Warrior Z ability, double offense, which is good for your strike unit like Yamcha, and he's gonna be pretty good in battle, and I would use him instead of the Green Tian. And that should be it for Super Warrior. If you wanted to use GT, you go for it. I would advise GT because it's much easier to use. If you wanted a challenge, Super Warrior is gonna be fine. The Krillin, the red one, is gonna be your healer. You're gonna have some Z tiers all around. You're gonna have Superhero Piccolo who does damage, the new Tian, you're gonna have the red Krillin who's gonna be fine. And I think you should be okay if you have at least a good knowledge with TOP. Let's get to the next person, and it's gonna be Gogeta here. He already submitted another team, so we will come back to him in a second. And now we get to Aang, and he has 2 movie teams. Alrighty, I looked at both and made a team in between. You said you want a safe team or a high boost. I think this is a really bad team, even not coherent at all. So we're gonna mix them, and we're gonna make a team that is gonna work, that has high boost, and it's gonna be pretty safe. You're gonna have the Bardock here. You don't really need the purple Vegeta. You can use Bardock in your strike team as another Z tier. I would use this Frieza instead of Towser. You have Towser here, and since you don't have too many coolers, might as well use the green Frieza. And I see you can have him 14 star. Sorry, you can have this cooler as a second Z. He's strike based. I would use this free to play Trunks. You can go farm him right now. He has a great support, which is 30% key recovery to allies, 10% special gauge. He can heal allies. He's a really good character, so you can use him in your main team. We keep Gogeta Blue, very good character. We keep Alert God Goku, pretty good character too. Then you can add your Ultra Beast Gohan. He's gonna get Zenkai buffed by the Gogeta, which is nice, and he's gonna be an amazing character. At the end, you can use the red Tapion if you have him Zenkai instead of the red Cooler. You don't really need Cooler anymore since you don't have Thouser, and he's gonna be S tier, which is pretty nice. If you do not have him, you can use someone else. I saw that you have the Blue Broly in S tier, so you can use him instead, and you should be fine. He's an okay character. He doesn't do too much, but he's gonna have an okay Z ability for movies, which is Strike Attack, and he can heal himself a lot. He's gonna do okay damage, so he's gonna be an okay S tier. If you don't want to use him, You can use Purple Tapion, you need him 14 star of course, or just use a Red Pan and you should be fine. Let's get to the next person, which is gonna be Gogeta, and he want to use a similar team to me this season. The problem here with your team is you remove 2 blast attack Z abilities, which is the Cooler here and the Bojack, for 2 strike attack Z abilities. So your team is missing a lot of blast attack, which is not great. In your team, you're gonna have only Amon, Frieza, and the Cooler that have a blast attack. So your damage is gonna be way less than me when you follow the targeting, which is not amazing. I would advise to put back Cooler if you farmed him, if he's 14 star. If you do not have him, maybe you're gonna need to switch up a little bit. You can put the Frieza, let's say here, as another Z tier, and switch out the Cooler for someone like the Ultra Beast Gohan that you have here, who has a double offense Z ability, he buff movies, and he should be fine. Of course, he's not Z tier, but you are replacing an S tier for him, which is gonna be the Green Cooler. Otherwise, put back the Green Cooler as we said before. He's gonna be here, and you're gonna put someone else in here. I would say Turles is the best replacement for the yellow Bojack, because they have similar key recovery in our team, and they're both yellow. If you don't have the yellow Bojack, of course, I would advise to use him if you do, but because you don't have him in the team, I would assume you don't have him at all. That's basically it. You can put Beast Gohan and Green Frieza if you wanted to, but yeah, I would advise another blast attack Z ability in general. Now let's get to the next person, which is gonna be DKMTR here. I talked with him and he sent the team here with a couple of characters in his box. I will analyze them and come back in a second. Here, as you can see, he has a low star Bardock, 6 star, never use that, pretty bad, and an 8 star Cooler, another low star which is 7 star Amon, and this Janemba, well, don't use him because he's pretty bad. 3 character below 9 star is really under optimized, and you might even die, which is not good, so we need to change it. I told him to send me again. He did, he put the Tapion, but he didn't farm him to 14 star. I think you should farm him to 14 star if he's free to play, but maybe you didn't have the energy or he didn't play at the time, which is okay, but we still cannot use him because your team is too low star and the free to play at 7 star is worse than an EX. So what we can do is put a safer character. That's why I asked him to send me all his movie character, and I checked them all. I think there is a way to go about it, but we're gonna have less boost. It's okay, you're still gonna have the 1k CC, you're still gonna get some good point, but you need to go a little bit safer. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna put our purple Piccolo as another Z tier, as another purple, sorry, instead of the purple Tapion, who is 7 star, and the purple Bardock, who is 6 star, I believe. I'm assuming you don't even have friendship, so having that many low star character is gonna be a big trouble. So we're gonna remove Bardock here, we're gonna put purple Piccolo, and he's gonna be a much better and safer choice in general, and I think he's gonna be a nice purple, although his speed is different from Bardock, which is not the greatest, so you're gonna adjust a little bit in targeting. Remember, he's much faster than usual, however he's gonna be much better in your team. You're gonna have another 14 star unit, and you're gonna do a little bit better, and hopefully you do not die, because with the other team you might actually die, which is not the greatest. And this guy has a double offense ability, which is good, and it's gonna help you in general. Now you need to friendship your team, especially the Trunks, the Amon low star, the Cooler very low star. The Turles is not really good in battle, so you need a little bit of friendship. Frieza, Piccolo is gonna be okay. This Roshi, a little bit of friendship maybe if you can, because I don't want you to die and get relegated. Now let's get to the next person, and it's gonna be a mono green unit or mono green team. I don't think he wants me to analyze it, he just wants to flex it. I don't have any input, I'll just say don't use it. If you want to use it, go for it. I think you should still survive, if you do not auto, of course, because I know Roshi likes to auto sometimes. I wish you good luck, hopefully you're gonna do well. I'm rooting for you, unless you get relegated. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, let me know in the comment. I will try to answer it in the best of my abilities. Have a good one and goodbye. Tomorrow is gonna be the full guide video.